really filling that gap. Filling the gap with the funds that we have as far as the development funds and then with the engineer firms, and figuring out how can we build out 1,000 units, at least 1,000 units over the next 5 years.
So bringing that conversation, right, it's a little bit, that's kind of what I was talking to Sir Youngblood as well, is bridging the gap between communities, because real estate is one of the beautiful things where it's private plus public sector. You can't get it done without public participation as well, which is why it slows down often, right? But the beauty of Atlanta, Mableton, and a lot of these other cities is for example, I had 3 cases I had to file with DeKalb County courts today, and they got back to me in 3 hours. You don't see that happen, right? You see that happen with courts, systems, and people that are trying to change their city, right? So when these people are coming to us, right, I walk into the city of Mableton meeting, the mayor comes up to us and says, please, meet with us so we can develop these 20 acres, right? So it's like when they're approaching new talent, they're approaching new people that are trying to get stuff done, they want to reach out and connect with other people here as well, right? So one of the things we want to talk about was the 20,000 housing units in Atlanta proper. So that is one thing. I was at a ULI conference. Is anyone familiar with ULI? Urban Land Initiative. If you're in housing or development, please look it up. They're a really, really good source, very well connected with every city manager across the US. So if you're doing developments, you should talk to them. Now, speaking on them, they talked about 20,000 new units in the city of Atlanta from Atlanta themselves. And Atlanta's coming out and saying, hey, we are giving people tax breaks. If you own a piece of property in Atlanta, we will give you money to make this into affordable housing. And it's not just Atlanta, it's Mableton, right? It's Norcross. It's every single city that's having to deal with this growing pressure, right? And now, thankfully, talking about this affordable housing unit, right, is the biggest thing that's the sell-all for today is the build-to-rent units. So for anyone that is in real estate and development, ULI, as well as the city of Atlanta, as well as the state of Georgia, are very pro on build-to-rent units when it comes down to senior living. Senior living, 65 plus, 55 plus, active adult communities. These build-to-rent communities are going off the shelves very, very quickly. No longer are we looking at those basic tall, if you go down into Midtown, you'll see 25-story residential buildings. Those are done. We've done them, we did them over COVID, that's done. So yes, people are seeing rent money go down. People are saying, oh no, our interest rates are up, right? Interest rates are up, the economy isn't looking great, where does housing go? The beauty of it all is our industry is the only one that people spend almost 50% of their income on per month. 50%, right? That allows us to have that leverage, right? When we're going into these different communities to look at new active adult developments, right? New affordable housing developments. And if anyone in this room is interested, definitely please reach out to me or Austin, because we can get you in contact with the city of Atlanta to say, hey, here's this guy who's got 10 acres and he wants to do something, right? Let's talk, right? And so what would you say, Austin? I know he's very young as well, 28. He started when he was 20 and built his first $3 million, I think, in the first 3 years. Yeah. So if you want to close out here and give your final kind of remarks, as well as your strategy for anyone that's new in this room in real estate, what steps they should take?
Yeah, as far as any steps you should take, I would say action. I think right now, as we probably all know, that the city is growing fast. The city is growing fast in a lot of different ways, like Aravind said, with the pressure. As far as the affordability, we don't really see, as far as the affordability, unless the construction side is sped up, it will continue to stay at a high rate. So the BTR model is the model that funds are looking at, the build-to-rent model, because of the interest rates, because of the pressures that it takes to actually own a property. So, as far as what steps should we all take, action, community, these conversations, and connecting with one another. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, I think we might be coming up on time, right?